Hi, my name is Tiffany Hill, and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Movie Madness. On this episode, I will be discussing this past weekend's box office numbers, as well as Hollywood's upcoming remakes and sequels. So, let's get started. In first place, we have Disney's newest animated film, Zootopia, with $73.7 million, starring Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman and Idris Elba. London Has Fallen climbs high on the list in second place with around $21.7 million. It's the sequel to the very popular Olympus Has Fallen. The story is based on one man's determination to save the President of the United States as well as the other world's leaders. In third place, we have Deadpool, the superhero comedy starring Ryan Reynolds, with $16.4 million. This is Deadpool's fourth weekend in a row landing on top 5 lists. In fourth place, we have Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, starring Tina Fey and Margot Robbie, with $7.6 million. It's a comedy that follows a journalist's time in Afghanistan. Last but not least, we have Gods of Egypt in fifth place with $5 million, starring Gerard Butler. We all know what Hollywood's main goal is: to make money. And what better way to make money than remake every classic film there ever was, or make 5 sequels to a movie? You know, just in case we didn't understand the movie the first 4 times. And yes, I'm talking about you, Paranormal Activity. By the way I'm talking about these remakes and sequels, you all probably think I am completely against the idea. Well, that's not completely true. I'm just not always a fan of them. So with that being said, let's discuss 3 remakes or sequels I'm excited for, and 3 I'm less than pleased with. Okay, first, let's talk about The Conjuring 2. With a June 10, 2016 release date, it will follow the story of Lorraine and Ed Warren, who are paranormal investigators, as they travel to London to help a family that is being haunted by a vicious entity. Now, I loved the first Conjuring, and I am a huge fan of horror films, and it is very hard to come across one that is actually scary. The first one did really well in the box office, and I'm expecting this one to do the same. Okay, number 2, we have Finding Dory. I think this is the most highly anticipated sequel on the list. I can't say enough good things about the first film, Finding Nemo. Disney's Pixar will definitely succeed with Finding Dory, which will follow the story of the beloved bluefish Dory, that is voiced by Ellen DeGeneres. Expect to see Finding Dory swimming in a theater near you on June 17, 2016. Number 3 on the list is It. Finally, a remake I couldn't be more excited for. Based off the classic Stephen King novel and the 1990s TV miniseries, based on a group of kids that try and fight an evil spirit that possesses a clown, also known as Pennywise. I think everyone that saw the original instantly became afraid of clowns, and I believe this remake will make them never look at another clown again. There is no release date yet, but Andy Muschietti has finally signed on to direct the film, and there are also writers working on the script. It will be split into 2 films. The first follows the Loser Club when they were children, then 30 years later when they are adults. And now the 3 remakes or sequels I could personally do without forever. Up first, we have Ghostbusters. I guess we could call this a sequel and a remake. It will have an all-female cast, including Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy. This female cast will replace the hilarious and classic original cast, some of which include Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. The storyline will be similar to the first, but I think it's going to try way too hard to achieve that certain charm that the first one had. Expected in theaters summer 2016. Second on the list, we have Dirty Dancing. All I can say is, why Hollywood, why? Why would you touch such a work of art? The original Dirty Dancing is just iconic, with its famous quote, "Nobody puts baby in the corner." There is no release date for the remake yet, but they have begun casting, which includes Abigail Breslin for the role of Baby, and newcomer Colt Prates will attempt to play Patrick Swayze's role as Johnny. Please, Hollywood, just call this off before it's too late. And finally, we have Now You See Me 2. I honestly thought the first Now You See Me was good, but there's no need for a sequel. It was difficult enough to keep up with all the tricks from the first one. I don't need to strain my brain to keep up with the second one. The same cast as the first will be backed except for Isla Fisher, and there's a new villain, Daniel Radcliffe, ? I will not be seeing this, but you could catch this one in theaters June 10th, 2016. Okay guys, this has been Tiffany Hill, and thank you for listening. Tune in next week for another episode of Inside the Movie Madness, where I'll be discussing more box office numbers as well as movie news.